later in the afternoon than it usually would be. I had plans today, plans that involved being calm, relaxed, checking everything, and of course they all went out of the window first thing this morning, and I've been playing catch up ever since. And in that respect, I think it's good that today is the feast day of St. Paul, the apostle, the one who met Jesus on the road to Damascus and had that full-on conversion experience. The church which he had been persecuting turned out to be the church in which he would spend the rest of his life in the service of God. And we have good reason to be grateful for St. Paul, because it's from him that we get our picture of what the early church was like. It's his letters as he tries to cajole, to warn, to express his love, to express admonition, that we get this sense of a church that has been entrusted with an almighty great truth, which it is trying to share. And trying to share it in a very human way, and being open to the Holy Spirit leaves it with all kinds of experiences. And we read in Paul's letter to the Corinthians of the divisions that are already sown there. And we read of the disagreements between the leaders of the church as Paul berates. Well, he doesn't quite berate, but it's quite clear that there's a chap called Apollos that Paul really doesn't rate all that highly, even though he has to concede that Apollos has done reasonable work. But Paul gives us another thing too. He gives us an intense passion. Paul is someone who believes deeply because of his first-hand experience and because of the way in which God has moved in his life. Paul gives us that total commitment to faith, that desire to go where the Spirit sends, to go where God leads. And if that is into danger, then so be it. And the letters that Paul writes from prison are deeply, deeply moving, because he never loses hope and he never loses his sense of God's presence with him. And it's from Paul that we begin to piece together the language around which our belief is expressed, our relationship with the law, that beautiful hymn to love in the first letter of Paul to the Corinthians, the letter that really encapsulates everything that Paul believes about love and its importance and how it works in our faith and in the church. And the epistle to Romans, we get a much greater sense of Paul's thinking, how he reasons, how he argues passionately for what he believes. Paul's life ended in martyrdom, as we know, in Rome. But as we look back over all that we know about him, we celebrate him today for his passion, for his commitment, for his love, and for the service he rendered and the understanding that he brings to us all. Thank you very much for joining us. I'm really sorry it's late, as I say, but a special day in the church's calendar as we remember the Apostle St. Paul. Thanks for joining us. We're back again tonight at 8 o'clock with night prayer. Tomorrow morning we're here at 7:30 with morning prayer. And tomorrow night is Tuesday Night Live, followed by night prayer. Thanks for joining us.